you can manifest health, wealth, and incredible experiences. Your higher self is basically the expanded and spiritual version of you, so it's able to see the big picture. Remember, the mind is energy, the heart is vibration, and the body is action. So when these three aspects are aligned with your higher self, it neutralizes your past and your predictable future based on your past patterns. So in other words, you're transcending time and space and becoming fully present by connecting to the I am consciousness. There are two things you need to know about your higher self. Number one, here's a powerful truth about manifestation. You're manifesting all the time, whether you're aware of it or not. And manifestation is based on the laws of the universe, such as the law of vibration, the law of rhythm, and the law of attraction. And they are called laws because they are non-negotiable. It's a universal system that is set in place. So it's really up to you to learn and master the laws of the universe to shape your reality. So quick question for you. Are you manifesting unconsciously, or are you intentionally creating your reality? And if you are consciously creating your reality, are you creating it from a place of ego, or are you creating it from a place of your higher self? Let's talk about the ego for a second. Manifesting from ego is not necessarily a bad thing. You can manifest health, wealth, and incredible experiences. And it's totally fine and even normal to desire those things in one's life. But it's when the ego is fully in charge that it tends to focus a lot on external things, thinking that those external things is ultimately going to fulfill them. But oftentimes, the ego usually stems from a place of scarcity, fear, doubt, competition. And it has a sense of wanting to prove itself. And it will never be satisfied. It will always leave an insatiable void. I mean, how many times have we heard of the successful people that make it to the top only to realize that it's lonelier than ever? And when we manifest from the ego, it's a never-ending chase. There is never enough. It becomes a vicious cycle of greed, comparison, competition, and dissatisfaction. On the other hand, manifesting from your higher self looks completely different. And there are two things you need to know about your higher self. Number one, your higher self knows you way better than the ego ever could. Your higher self is basically the expanded and spiritual version of you. So it's able to see the big picture in ways that you're not always able to see. And secondly, your higher self always wants your highest good. And sometimes it's not going to look like the way that your ego wants it to look like. Sometimes the direction that your higher self is pulling you towards, it's not going to make sense in the moment to your logical mind. But it's really in the trusting and in the surrendering to your higher self that true magic can happen. It's definitely the one that's leading you towards fulfillment and alignment. I'm going to share a story from my own life. I used to work in sales. And that was a period in my life where I used to make the most money than I ever did in my career. And I was doing a good job. But at the end of it all, I was feeling very empty. And I went through a pretty bad burnout after that. And that was the first time I lived for myself the expression of money doesn't buy happiness. Because you hear it all the time. But to live it yourself is pretty brutal. After my burnout, I started feeling this inner calling to start my own business. But I was caught in the analysis paralysis. I had so much fear and self-doubt of, I've never started a business before. I don't know what that would entail. It just seemed overwhelming. So instead of trusting my higher self, stepping into the challenges that would make me grow to step into my truth, I instead took a job in marketing that had just opened up in the company that I was working in. I had manifested that job because I had specifically asked for a marketing manager position, and then that exact position opened up. And it was 100% coming from a place of escapism. I was totally running away from what I truly wanted to do. It was in a way, a form of self-sabotage, but I figured that there was a chance that I would be happier in marketing. But that one decision really completely derailed me, and it led me to a very dark night of the soul. And even if you are the one who manifested it, it can still be coming from a place of fear and ego. And so what that position ended up being, what that job ended up becoming, was the same place where the intention of that seed was placed. What came into fruition was a job that would invite more of those feelings. My spirit guides tried to warn me about this job, but I did not listen. I turned a blind eye because my ego got in the way, and I said, no, I manifested this. I'm going to follow through with it. You always listen to your spirit guides. So how to know if you're manifesting from your ego or your higher self? The ego chases, the higher self attracts. You have to really go back to the root of the intention of your manifestation. So if your baseline was already coming from a place of lack and fear and unworthiness and doubt, then the seed of intention that you're planting is going to grow into a tree of just more lack and more unworthiness and more doubt. Whereas if you plant a seed of gratitude and joy and peace, what's going to come into fruition is more things to feel grateful about and joyful about and peaceful about. Check in with how you're feeling, with what you're thinking, and how you're acting. So if your mind is scattered and it's overthinking and overanalyzing, trying to control everything, that is a place from ego. Whereas if your mind is calm and collected and focused, you know that that's a place that's coming from your higher self. And check in with your body. Are you restless? Are you tense? Are you anxious? Are you losing sleep? Or is your body feeling relaxed and at ease and comfortable? And then check in with your heart. Are you feeling nervous? Are you feeling anxious? Are you depressed? Are you angry, jealous, envious? Or are you feeling peaceful and grateful and optimistic and courageous and enthusiastic? See with each aspect within yourself where you're coming from. And whatever you're feeling in that moment, you're planting a seed all the time. So the more seed of the same intention that you plant, the more powerful the tree will become from that seed. Because remember, the mind is energy, the heart is vibration, and the body is action. So when these three aspects are aligned with your higher self, then we're in business. So how exactly do you manifest your higher self? Well, it's about getting connected to your higher self. The goal is to access the theta brainwave state, that sweet spot between wakefulness and sleep. It's where your subconscious mind is most suggestible, receptive, and where deep, meaningful meditations can happen. And this takes practice and patience. And you don't want to skip over the breath work and meditation because these aren't just buzzwords. These are the actual tools that will help you connect to your higher self. It neutralizes your past and your predictable future based on your past patterns. So, in other words, you're transcending time and space and becoming fully present by connecting to the I am consciousness and to the quantum field of infinite possibilities versus the one probable possibility that used to come from your past patterns. The key to lasting change is this: your desire to evolve has to be stronger than your desire to stay the same. You can't just wish for a better life from a surface level. You need to connect deeply with your true self and become the person who lives that life. Manifestation isn't just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about embodying your higher self, aligning your mind, body, and heart, and moving through the world with clarity and purpose. So here's your takeaway. Start connecting with your higher self. Take time each day to meditate, breathe, and check in with your mind, body, and heart. Remember, you're always manifesting, so why not do it from a place that knows your true potential? If this resonated with you, make sure to like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. Let's rise together and manifest our highest selves.